Welcome to this JoMash guide on how to create your first mashup. If you haven't done so already, please consider watching the guide on how to install JoMash. Links are in the description below. Open JoMash and either connect to your clixsense server or clixsense desktop. You will see the Overview tab. It shows all your JoMash mashups. It is empty now. Let's create a mashup by clicking on the button that reads Add a new JoMash mashup. Type in a name. In this example, my_first_mashup. Keep in mind that white spaces and some special characters can't be used. If your input isn't valid, you get the warning right away. After that, select a default app from the drop-down list. If this list is empty, it means that you don't have any apps yet. If that is the case, or if you want to use the same app that is used in this guide, open your browser. Go to demos.click.com. Click on the search field and type in consumer. You will find the entry consumer goods sales. Click on that. When you are not logged in, click on the button log in to download. After you logged into your Click account, come back to this page again. The button now reads download demo. Click on it. If you are using clixsense desktop, you can import this app very easily by saving it in the right folder. In the default installation you will find that folder as follows. This PC. Local disk C. Users. Your users directory. Documents. clixsense. And then apps. Save the app inside that folder. Navigate to that folder and find the file you just downloaded. It is a zip file. Right-click on it and click Extract All. And then on Extract. Now clixsense desktop and JoMash should find that app. Restart JoMash and create your mashup. The app consumer sales should now appear in the drop-down. Click on New. Now wait until the mashup is created. Especially on clixsense desktop, this may take some seconds. You can close the dialog when it says mashup created. You will now find a new tab on top which has the same name as the mashup you just created. Click on that tab. You can see your mashup in the panel in the middle. On the left side you see the clixsense hub where you will find all your apps. On the right side you see the properties of any object that is selected at any given time. Close the clixsense welcome dialog. Then open your app. In this example, consumer sales. Then open the sheet called KPI dashboard. Now that the app is open, we can shrink the size of the left panel. We can also reduce the width of the right panel by half. Then we will be able to see the navigation on the left side of our mashup. Click on the green button with a plus sign underneath the navigation to create a new page. A page with the name New Page was created. Select it by clicking on it. Now go to the Properties panel. You will find the section Page Config. Open the subsection called General. Inside that, click in the text field called Name. Here you can change under which name this page will appear in the navigation. We call it First Page. Go back to the navigation again and click on the green button to add another page. We will use this new entry to create a submenu in our navigation. Select it by clicking on it. Go back to the Property panel. Click in the text field called Name again. We will call it First Submenu. Click on the green button beneath the navigation again to add another page. Click on it to select it. Go back to the Property panel to call this page First Subpage. Go back to the navigation again and now click on First Subpage and hold the mouse button. While holding the mouse button, drag that entry over First Submenu. It will be highlighted to let you know that it is selected. Then release the mouse button to drop that page in this submenu. Open the submenu by clicking on it. You will see that First Subpage is now a subpage of the menu. Now let's fill our pages. Click on First Page to select it. There is an empty container inside that page that we will now fill with a chart. For that, go to the clixsense panel on the left. Click on any chart and hold the mouse button. Now drag this chart over the empty container. Release the mouse button to drop the chart inside the container. You will find a green button with a plus sign on the left side of the container. Click on that to add a new container to the left. Click on the green button again to add a third one. Now go back to the clixsense panel again. Choose another chart. Now click and hold the mouse button on that chart again. Drag it over the container you just created. Repeat it for another chart for the last container. Now let's add a new row on top. Above the 3 containers, you find a button that reads, Add Row. Click on that. A new container was created on top. Click twice on the green button to the left to give this row just as many containers as the row beneath it. Now select the first container, by clicking on it. Then go to the Properties panel. There is a section called, Object Config. Open the subsection called, General, inside that. Click on the first drop-down that reads, Type. Then change this type from Chart, to, KPI Box. The container just got smaller in height. Go to the clixsense panel and choose a KPI box. Drag and drop that KPI box over that container. You'll see that this KPI box looks different than the original one. Choose another KPI box from the clixsense panel. Drop that one on the container in the middle. This KPI box now looks similar to the original one. This is what the container type chart does. It shows the chart as it looks like in the original clixsense application. The container type KPI box on the other hand has a custom compact layout. Let's change the container type of this container also to KPI box. Now drag and drop the last KPI box into the empty container on the right. Don't forget to give this one also the correct type. Let's fill that page first subpage now. Select the page by clicking on it. Choose another chart from the clixsense panel. Try to find one that would require more space, like this line chart. Drag and drop the chart into that one container. We will now make this chart bigger. Select the chart by clicking on it. Go to the Properties panel again. In the section Object Config you will also find the subsection, Sizing. Open that one. Now change the row height from 300 pixels to 600. As you can see, the chart is now bigger. There is a page that was created with the Mashup. It is called Home. But we never used it. Let's delete it. For that, move your cursor above it. Click and hold the mouse button. Drag it over the red symbol with a trash bin inside it. Then drop it to delete it. Let's save our Mashup now. Above the Mashup panel you will find a button that reads Save. Click on it. If you want to see how your Mashup looks like outside of this editor, then you just have to click on that View button right next to it. It will open the Mashup in your default browser. You now learn the basic tools for creating mashups with JoMash. You are now able to create pages and fill them with charts. You know how to edit properties of those containers, like their height or their container types, for example the type chart, or KPI box. You also know how to create a sub-navigation. Thank you for watching this guide. If you need further assistance, go to support.lizardus.de or write an email to info@lizardus.de. You will also find the links and email address in the video description below. We will help you, for example with remote training.